What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, the most questions that I get when it comes to cryptocurrency is always around how it's going to be used. And when they, cite Bitcoin and looking at Bitcoin, it's always been about the the lack of speed, um, the lack of efficiency, just all the above that really doesn't make it that end all be all go to for use. However, Bitcoin is held the most, believed in the most, talked about the most, from businesses, individuals, all of that stuff. So if you could just have some ability to use Bitcoin in a lot more of an efficient way, that you would see with like an Ethereum layer 2, or an XRP or something like that, that's a little bit quicker, a little bit more efficient, a little bit more secure, just making it that next step to what Bitcoin is, rather than just sitting on what it is and just accepting what it is. Having the ability to upgrade, having the ability to, change the game, be EVM compatible, and all of that stuff. So this is where Rootstock comes in. If you guys haven't heard of this, it's come across my desk. That really is interesting because it does kind of bridge that gap between Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, other blockchains that really provide that speed, efficiency, cheaper cost, all of those things that we want to see in maybe a transaction based currency, right? Something that we can utilize a lot easier and be able to build on and all of that stuff. So in this video, we're going to be talking about Rootstock. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button down below. I will provide all of the links down below for Rootstock and everything associated with it, whether it's the token or the website or the Twitter accounts or whatever. Right? Feel free to check out the links at the top of the description. All right, now before we get into the meat and potatoes of this, I want you guys to see how to add the Rootstock network to your MetaMask wallet. This is going to be very important for the future. Before you really dive into anything, it's great to understand that you have this ability to do it, right? And if you haven't ever added anything to MetaMask, this is kind of your tutorial to add different networks to your MetaMask wallet. So if you go to your Chrome browser and you go to your extension, your MetaMask extension, if you go up to the settings, the three-line button up here, and go to networks, you're going to see Ethereum, Binance, Base, Solana, and so on and so forth. You want to add a custom network. Now, when you add that custom network, it's going to ask you for all of this information. You're probably like, where do I get this? I will provide all this information down below in the description, but for this sake, I will have it here to where we can copy it. So the network name will be Rootstock Mainnet, and we'll go ahead and copy that. Now, once you add everything, you would hit save. And then once you hit save, it's going to take you to your different network, right? You're in the Rootstock mainnet and you're all set up. Now you can switch back and forth to different things as you go into network. You go to Ethereum base, you're going to see Rootstock network, Rootstock mainnet set up in your MetaMask account. Now, Rootstock. It is Bitcoin redefined. What is it, right? Simply put, Rootstock is a Bitcoin secured smart contract platform that brings Ethereum style DeFi to the Bitcoin ecosystem, enabling developers and users to access dApps, bridges, and financial tools while leveraging Bitcoin's security and reliability. That's always been something that I've seen as a huge selling point for Bitcoin, its security and reliability, and obviously the conversations that happen around it, the amount of people that believe in it, businesses, institutions, banks, all of that believe in Bitcoin and what it is, rather than looking at other coins that maybe fit their needs a little bit more. You can see the success in Bitcoin and how much they're holding it and treating it as that store of value, but it could be much more than that. Just to go through Rootstock's website a little bit, right? Bitcoin redefined. Do more with Bitcoin on Rootstock. The Bitcoin DeFi layer, the home of DeFi on Bitcoin. Some of the best apps and protocols are bringing DeFi to Bitcoin with RBTC, Rootstock's native Bitcoin asset. From swapping and staking with Sushi to yield with Beefy and trading with Oku. Rootstock is the home of DeFi on Bitcoin. Bridged with major chains, easily bring your assets to Rootstock from over 20 of the leading blockchains, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Arbitrum, Base. Rootstock's EVM compatibility makes it easy to integrate into existing dApps or build something entirely new. Resilient and battle tested, Rootstock's network and native bridge, the Power Peg, are secured by Bitcoin's proof of work. This makes Rootstock one of the most reliable blockchains in existence, with 100% uptime since launching in 2018. Bitcoin hash rate mining Rootstock 99%. You have Bitcoin locked in PowerPeg 2179 RBTC. You have 153,160 monthly transactions. Unlock the full potential with your Bitcoin with Rootstock. Build on the world's most secure Bitcoin sidechain. The fastest growing DAO in Bitcoin builders, for Bitcoin builders. Join Rootstock Collective to access funding opportunities and grow your project. Become an active builder and create added value on Rootstock while getting rewarded. So that's the basics of their website. You can go into a little bit more as you click into more things, right? You can click into Home of Bitcoin here. It'll take you into the most secure DeFi layer, and you'll be able to explore, a little bit more the lending, borrowing, staking, stable coins, liquidity protocol, decentralized exchanges, yield optimization, all of that stuff that is there. So feel free to go ahead and check that out a little bit more. Why Rootstock? Right, Bitcoin holds the most capital in crypto, but hasn't been able to move, earn, or interact natively. A Bitcoin DeFi layer unlocks that value 100%. It's the most secured layer. So for Rootstock itself, it's the most secured Bitcoin layer. It uses Bitcoin as a native asset, EVM compatible. As you have live DeFi ecosystem, low cost, faster Bitcoin transactions, staking, lending, borrowing, earning yield, and in the Bitcoin economy, it can do a lot more, right? Within what we already know. So one thing that I wanted to point out with this that obviously you as an investor want to know much more about would be the root would be RIFF, which would be their token, right? And we're going to go into that a little bit more. So what is RIFF? RIFF is the Bitcoin scaling token designed to accelerate Bitcoin DeFi adoption on Rootstock. It powers incentives, infrastructure, interoperability, enabling builders and users to access and grow the Bitcoin economy. So RIFF, as you can see here, I will bring it up on the screen. RIFF is a Rootstock infrastructure framework, which you guys can look at on CoinMarketCap and where it stands. It currently stands at a $44.18 million market cap with $760,000 worth of volume in the last 24 hours. It has about the 44.18 million in fully diluted, value. You have a total supply of 1 billion, while you have all of the supply that is out there of 1 billion there. So if you look at history, over the last month, it is down by 5%. Over the last week, it's up by 1%. 24 hours, it's up by 2.57%. And everything has to really start somewhere and has to, you have to be able to see, as an investor, you have to be able to see that thing that you can invest into, not just only utilize, which is a big deal of, cryptocurrency projects and assets. It's about being able to see what the growth can be and where it currently stands as that investor, right? So, RFI gives users and developers direct exposure to the growth of Bitcoin DeFi with incentives and governance. You can vote on proposals, allocate funds, support key ecosystem growth, and you could have staking and rewards. So many things that are offered with this, many things that you can see for, as an investor in general. Obviously, that's what we look for. One thing that I wanted to bring your way is a couple of key mentions, right? You have Level upgrade, which creates 60% lower gas fees, faster blocks, 30 seconds to 5-second confirmations. You have the Read upgrade, which has stronger Bitcoin bridging, 60% cheaper peg outs, and so on and so forth. Big things that are happening there. Missouri 2025, right? Q4 2025, where you have, significant increase in daily active addresses. You have TVL that's rising by 9.8%. So definitely some big things there. You have Rootstock and Layer 0 partnership integration. Where you have bridging of USDT, USDC, Ethereum into Rootstock from ETH-based BNB and Arbitrum, Rootstock and USDTO, which I can bring up on the screen. USDTO, which is now live on Rootstock, bringing native stablecoin liquidity to Bitcoin's DeFi layer. So again, another thing that kind of gives you that leg up and that piece that brings it to the next level and Bitcoin to the next level. So ultimately, what I've been looking at, it's been something that's been insanely interesting. There's a lot that goes into this. So if you guys want to go ahead and look at Rootstock, you guys can give it a look. Go on their website, see what they're all about. Go and look at the RIFF token and how you can invest into that and be a part of that. If you did want to buy it, it is currently available on Binance, BitGet, Gate.io, MEXC, BingX, LBank, right? XT.com, 42 different trading pairs that are there. So if you guys wanted to invest something into it, be a part of it in a much bigger way, feel free to go ahead and do that. But it is insanely interesting. There's a lot going on with this project. It's not just as simple as this is a coin that's out there, right? It's so much more than that, because it gives something like Bitcoin I would say a little bit of a new life, a new meaning on life. You know how you walk through life and you have your purpose, right? You're on this earth to do such and such of things, right? For Bitcoin, it was this, but you now have this open world. You now have upgrades to, things that we feel are going to make use of Bitcoin or use of the native token here, RIFF, a lot easier and better and more efficient and secure and all of that stuff. So it is very, very interesting to me. There's, again, a lot going on here. I'll provide as much information as possible as I can down below. But if you guys really want to check it out, the link will be at the top of the description for Rootstock and RIFF and everything there. So let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've heard about this at all. If this has been a part of your slate or something that has come across your desk. Guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below again, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.